In Group B of the European qualifiers for too desperate. Murat Yakin, the Swiss head coach, says qualified for every world, and they disposed of the man who was making top flight at the moment. But there is a renewed sense of the Swedes. In the engine room with Jibril So moving to the Granit Xhaka and Isaac Hinavs from Anthony Elanga and Matthias Svanberg. With a win or a draw, Sweden arrive. Elanga again managed to wriggle it wide to Gregor Kobel. Defeat in their last qualifier. They can be exploited width-wise, which Vidma's trying to do here. Kanji. Two players. Victor Johansson had a clear run at the #1 jersey. One of the key reasons Stoke were able to stay in the division last season. Bournemouth continue to make a pretty solid start in the English being Reader. It's a big question over the first corner of the night. By Reader. Reader again. Early from Reader. Knocked on by Svanberg. Stockholm yesterday, in which 3 people tragically would decide that Svanberg coming mightily. They are bottom of their qualifying group and have Nations League position, but they're under the successes, 12 Swiss victories, and here's an early chance, and there's the early goal, and the group leaders in front thanks to Brilliant Polo's low drilled finish. Not the start that Graham Potter was looking for. And the Swiss have got the wind in their sails too. 9 internationals over the last year. Prior to that, have been in fine form as they back themselves to make it tough for anyone, no matter how they... Lagerbielke. Here's Granit Xhaka. And Toy. Oh, and that was a bit naughty from Yasin Ayari. Elanga. One publication described it. When you think back, Jon Dahl Tomasson's reign as Sweden T24 and Alexander Isak netting 5, but this Rodriguez. Vidma gave him an option, used him by not using him though. And he's done brilliantly there to keep that in as Vidma and get the ball in. And Doy back from... It wasn't a bad looking ball, and again, prior to the coming forwards and looking for the head of Vidma. And feeding off scraps through the middle so far. Now Yasin Ayari just lost his way. Johansson. Elanga wanted it back and nearly got it in his path. He's affected by Ruben Vargas. Early ball in is dangerous, and it could easily have been another from a ball from right in the thick of it there, but unable to get the angle on the header he was hoping. Ball in is useful, and it's not been fully dealt with. Good try, 1-1. Yasin Ayari gets the first goal of the Graham Potter era at Sweden. Here's Vargas, looking for the quick response. Should really have had it as well. In the final tournament of the UEFA Euro. And then, headed across dangerously, and if Negron had gambled, he might have had a... Lifted in by Alanga. Oh, and there's... was that a raised arm from Mambola Kanji? It was. Twist come forwards now with Vargas. It's a deep one. And there's a... Oh, that's a late nibble from Jesper Karlström and a yellow. A single point, but 4 games from a return. Slovenia have the advantage of a Manek. This ball is diverted into Vargas, kept by Karlström. Now Elanga's onto it. Elanga settles Elanga's corner. And it could go anywhere. The free kick has been awarded. Vidma disappointing. Not enough on that. Could be a problem here. Out came Johansson to make the challenge. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Granit Xhaka on the spot for Switzerland. And they are back in front and back firmly on course for a spot at the World Cup finals. His players on the pitch, although it could get worse for them here. Oh, what a save! Victor Johansson. A wave of emotion now are the Swiss players. His first cap appearance for the senior national side. It's bent in usefully, and Johansson's movement is the Swedish keeper, and that's a poor piece of who are now in the ascendancy. Elanga. His opportunity to round things off against Slovenia, who are Kosovo almost certain to be on 10 points. Board of top spot and a play, but we will know that the top 2 will be those with the firm challenge, which is also opens up here for the hit, and Johansson down to make a pretty easy Isak. That's clever. Oh, and Isak got in there, nicking it from Elvedi. Zanelli. That's towards Mpolo. Fine margins there. They've managed to come away with it next summer. Zanelli doesn't get any change. Vargas. Ball in his end for Vargas. Johansson's made a meal. That's a good-looking ball. And Doy, that'll do. Dan N'Doye with the goal that gives the Swiss a cushion tonight, and it might well be the result that means they can start caps for the Nottingham Forest forward. We've also seen Lidberg. Cleared by Kobel at the back end of 2024. World Cup with warm-up matches to be played in March. He's been trapped. Muheim. Zambi! Icing on the cake right at the end, courtesy of Johan Manzambi. Switzerland finishing their qualifying cap.